Good morning, boys. Today we are going to see about the lesson Organization of Life. So in this lesson we are going to see about the organ system and how they are formed. Okay. So we can see animals, some of the animals which are naked. We cannot see the animal with our eyes, with our naked eye. That animals are called as microscopic animals. Some animals that cannot be seen with our naked eye, that are called as microscopic animal. But very huge animals like elephant, we can see through our eyes. So they are called as macroscopic animal. Microscopic animal means through microscope only we can see these animal. Example, bacteria, amoeba. So these bacteria and animals can be seen only through the microscope. So they are called as microscopic animal. Some of the animals which can be seen through naked eye are known as macroscope. Macroscope means with our eyes only we are able to see. So they are called as macroscopic animals. And then when we take about some animals like bacteria, they are known as unicellular. In them only one cell is present. With the help of that one cell, they are doing all their activity, that is reproduction, respiration, everything is happen with the help of that only one cell. They are known as unicellular animal. But some of them animals like the macroscopic animals are said to be multicellular. In them many cells are present. So they are known as multicellular animal. So the unicellular animal which are microscopic, they can be seen only with the help of microscope. So with the help of only one cell they are doing all their activities. So they are called as microscopic unicellular organisms. And some of them which are seen with our naked eye are known as macroscopic, and they are known as multicellular animal. In them organism, in them many cells are present, each one doing their different function. So that is known as multicellular organism. Okay, then based on the structure organization, they are classified into, some of the organs are classified into prokaryotes. What do you mean by prokaryote? There is a nucleus which is found in the center of the cell structure. The nucleus is covered by a membrane. This is the nucleus, suppose. So if it is covered by a membrane called as nuclear membrane, that nuclear membrane is absent in prokaryote. So the absence of nuclear membrane is known as prokaryotic cell. Example, bacteria. Bacteria is prokaryotic organism, because in them the nucleus is not covered by nuclear membrane, so they are known as prokaryote. But the higher animal like macroscopic or multicellular organism, the nucleus is covered by nuclear membrane, so they are known as eukaryote. Eu mean true membrane is present. So based on the structure of the organism, they are classified into prokaryote and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic means the nucleus is not covered by the membrane. This outer membrane is absent in these organisms. So they are known as prokaryote. But in higher organism, the nucleus is covered by this membrane, that is nuclear membrane. So they are known as eukaryotic. Eu mean true membrane is present. So they are known as eukaryotic organism. Then multicellular and unicellular. Next we are going to see about biological organization. How the organism are classified. Okay, biological organization. How they are classified according to their structure. So when we take about the biological organization, it starts with a submicroscopic organism. We have seen about microscopic organism. With the help of microscope we are able to see. But a submicroscopic organism means Through this normal microscope, we are not able to see those organisms. With the help of electron microscope only, we can see. Example, atom. Atom are very minute particle which cannot be seen through normal microscope. With the help of electron microscope only, we are able to see these atoms. So, they are called as submicroscopic organism. So, the biological organization starts with submicroscopic organism, that is the example for that atoms. Atoms are very small minute particles. These atoms, they combine together to form the molecules. Atoms are combined together to form the molecules. Then, these molecules, they undergo chemical reaction. These molecules undergo chemical reaction. What they form means organelles. So, the atoms are very minute organism which combine together, they form the molecules. The molecules undergo chemical reaction. What they form mean organelles. Where we can see the organelles are found inside the cell. So, they are found inside the cell. So, these cells, the cells together form the tissues. The group of cells together forms the tissues. The tissues are grouped together and they form the organ. Organ together forms the organ system. So, the atoms, they combine together to form the molecules, and then these molecules undergo chemical reaction. What they form? They form the organelles. Where we can find the organelles? We can find the organelles inside the cells. These cells are combined together to form the tissues. The tissues forms the organ. Organ means the hand is an organ, stomach is an organ, like that. These organ together forms the organ system. Example, reproductive system, respiratory system, like that. These form where we can find these organ system inside an organ or inside the animal or the human being. We can see these animal, we see these organism. So, organ system, what they form? They form the organism. So, like this, the biological organization is there. So, it starts with the sub-electron microscopic, sub-microscopic particle organism, and then up to macroscopic organism, ends with the macroscopic organism. The macroscopic organism which can be seen with our naked eye. Example, human being, we can see a huge elephant, we can see with the help of that naked eye. So, sub-microscopic organism up to macroscopic organism. So, sub-electron microscopic organism means the atoms are there. Atoms are very minute particles. So, atoms together, they combine together and what they form means molecules. These molecules forms the organelles and then cell is formed. Cell combined together forms the tissues. Tissues where they are present inside the organ. Organ combined together to form the organ system, and then one organism is formed. Like this biological organization is there. Next we are going to see about the structure of the cell. The cell are the minute organism which can be seen only through the microscope. The study of cell is known as cell biology. Cell is a very minute organism. So, atoms form the cells, isn't it? So, the cell is a very minute organism which can be seen through with the help of microscope. The study of the cell is known as cell biology. What does it comprises? It comprises the organelle. As I said, the organelles are found inside the cell. So, it consists of the nucleus. Nucleus is very important for the cell because it is deciding the hereditary character. So, nucleus, apart from nucleus, it contains many organelles, endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, and then So endoplasmic reticulum and this mitochondria, Golgi bodies, then centriole, then a large vacuole. This is present in plant cell, but in animals it is very small. Vacuole is nothing but air space. So, and then it consists of the outermost layer, the cell membrane or cell wall. It may be cell membrane or cell wall. And then inside the cell wall, what does it comprises? It comprises the cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm, semi-jelly-like substance in which the other organelles like mitochondria, nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, everything is embedded on it. They are found inside the cytoplasm. Then, so when we take about the cell, it consists of the outermost layer, cell membrane in plant, cell wall in plant, cell membrane and animals. And then which gives rigidity, the shape to the cell membrane which gives shape to the cell. Inside the cell, what does it comprise? It comprises the cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like substance. And then what does it give? Inside that many organelles are found embedded on it. These are the organelles. So what is an organelle? The nucleus is an organelle. And then endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi complex. These are the many, and then endoplasmic reticulum, it is taking part during the very important role during cell division. Okay, so these are about the structure of the cell. When we take about the structure of the cell, we can see only through the microscope. The study of the cell is known as cell biology. And then each organ function, for example, if we take nucleus, it decides the hereditary character. So each organ function, they do different function. And then protein synthesis, everything is done by the separate organ. So each organelle, they do different function. And then when we take about the size may differ from one organism to another one. So if it is measured with the help of micron, so the size of the cell is decided with the help of micron. 1 micron is equal to 1 by 10 lakh meter. Okay, 1 micron is very minute level. It's a very minute unit. So the size of the cell is measured with the help of micron. 1 micron is equal to 1 by 10 lakh meter. Then the average size varies from 0.5 to 20. So the average size varies from 20 millimicron. So this is the size of the cell. When we take about bacteria, it is very smallest, that is 1 to 2 only, 1 to 2 millimicron. The human, when we take about human being, there are many cells. That is when we take about the red blood cell, which gives red color to the blood. WBC and RBC are there. That is RBC is the red blood cell. The RBC is the very smallest cell in our body, human body. Okay. Then that is 7 μm in diameter. In human being, RBC is the red blood cell which gives red color to our blood. That is very smallest cell in our body, and the largest cell is the nerve cell. These nerve cell may be branched structure. The largest cell is the nerve cell, that is branched structure, which is said to be a branched structure, about 90 to 100 centimeter. So the structure of the nerve cell is the largest cell in human being, which is 90 to 100 centimeter. And then many among the multicellular animal, the egg of an ostrich, is very largest. So this is about the size and the shape of structure of the cell. When we take about the structure of the cell, which can be seen only through the microscope, outer layer, cell membrane, and many organelles are there. Each organ do specific function. When we take about the size of the cell, it is measured with the help of micron, like centimeter, millimeter. Micron is one of the measurement. 1 micron is equal to 1 by 10 lakh micron. Okay, so this is very smallest measurement. 1 micron is equal to 1 by 10 lakh meter. When we take about human being, the red blood cell is the smallest cell, and then nerve cell is the largest one, which measure 90 to 100 centimeter, which is that much large. And then when we take about the organism, multicellular organism, human, when we take about the multicellular animal, the ostrich egg is largest one. Okay. Then when we take about the shape of the cell, so we have seen about size and the structure. Then we move on to shape of the cell. The structure of the shape of the cell may vary. Isn't it? Some are oval in shape, some are oval, some are rounded. The structure of the cell, shape of the cell may be, they may be oval, they may be rounded. And then some of them are branched, as I said in nerve cell, it is branched. So it may be branched structure like a nerve cell, then and also branch structure. This is the structure of the nerve cell. So when we take about the shape of the cell, it may be oval, round, or sometimes it may be branched structure. And then some of the white blood cells are irregular shape. If we take some of the white blood cell, it is irregular in shape. So it may be oval and then rounded, branched and irregular. This is about the shape of the cell. Then we will move on to tissues. So this is about the cell, structure of the cell. So atoms are combined together to form the organelles. These organelles, where they are found inside the cell. Cell, we are seeing about the structure, and then they have size and shape. Next we move on to tissues. What are tissues? The cells are combined together to form the tissues. When we take about the tissues, that is group of cells. There are simple tissue and complex tissue. When we take about the cell tissues, there are two types, that is simple tissue and complex tissue. When we take about simple tissue, the cells found here are same size, that is homogeneous. Homo means same. When we take about the simple cell, they consist of same type of cell. So that is known as homogeneous. But in complex cell, there are different types of cells are there. So they are known as heterogeneous. What is meant by homo? Homo means same. Hetero means different. So, if we take about the tissues, what are tissues? The group of cells form the tissues. When we take about the tissues, there are two types of tissues, simple and complex. In simple tissue, the same type of cells are present. So, they are known as homogeneous. In complex tissue, the cells are different types of, the cells are seen in different types. So, they are known as heterogeneous. Hetero means different. So, homogeneous and heterogeneous. These are about the tissues. Next, types of the tissues. Types of tissues. First one, epithelial tissue. This epithelial tissue is find under the skin. So what is their main function? For protection. This main function of the epithelial cell is giving protection to our skin, where they are found. So depending on the structure and the function, the types of the tissues are classified into first one, epithelial. Epithelial is otherwise covering tissue, where we can find this epithelial cell in our skin. Next, so next one is the muscular tissue, that is contract. Muscular, where we can find the muscular tissue in our hand, arm. In this we can find the muscular tissue. This is contractile. Contractile mean it can shrink. So first one is the epithelial tissue. What's their main function? Covering. Muscular tissue, where what their main function? They are contractile, and then for movement and locomotion. Locomotion mean we can move from one place to another. Movement and locomotion. So muscular tissues are useful for movement and locomotion. And then connective tissue. What their main function? They are binding together. Connective tissue, what's their main function? They are binding the different structure of our body. They are giving support. The connective tissue gives the support to our body. And then nervous tissue, nerves. So connective tissue which gives support to the body, and then nerve tissue, conduction of nerve impulse. Conduction of nerve impulse. What is meant by impulse? The order given by the brain, isn't it? So these are the four types of tissue. Epithelial tissue, what's their main function? Covering. It is found in the skin. Okay, next muscular tissue, what's their main function? Contractile. It can shrink and expand. So movement and locomotion. Connective tissue, what's their main function? They are supporting our body. And then nervous tissue, it conduct the nerve impulse which is from the brain. Okay, next about the organ. So cells we have seen. So atom which forms the cell, and then cells they combine together, they form the tissues. Next about the organ. The tissues combine together, what they form? Organ. Tissues form the organ. For example, if we take stomach, what are the organs present in the stomach? That is the intestine. Large intestine, small intestine, everything is there, isn't it? So the intestine is covered by epithelial cell. Intestine is covered by epithelial cell which give protection to the stomach, that is intestine. Okay, then many organs are there: brain, heart, lungs, kidney, liver. These are some of the organs. How the organ are formed? The tissues combine together, they form the organ. So when we take about stomach, the intestine is there. There are two types of intestine: small intestine and large intestine. The outermost layer of the intestine is here. It is covered by a layer that is called as the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue is covering the outer layer which gives protection, and then it is also useful for the secretion of some of the juices, digestive juices, the enzyme secretion, and then nutrients and absorption. For all these, this epithelial tissue is useful. Next about peristaltic movement. The epithelial tissue also useful for after we are taking the food, where does it go? It goes and enters. Peristaltic movement. The food is converted into ball-like structure, and then it enter into the stomach. So that is duty is done by the epithelial tissue. So it is also useful for peristaltic movement of the food from our mouth. So it is covering and then giving absorption of the nutrients from the body and then useful for the peristaltic movement of the food. So epithelial tissue is covering the outermost layer of the stomach, and then with the help of this movement, after the food enter, where does it go? The blood tissue is there, connective tissue. We have seen about connective tissue, blood tissue. This blood tissue, what they are doing? They are absorbing the nutrients from the food what we have taken. So, there are two types of tissues are there. Epithelial tissue, where it is present, intestine, near the intestine, what they are doing? They are absorbing the nutrients from the food what we have taken. And then it is also useful for the movement of the food particles from our mouth. Then it enter into the stomach. It is converted from the food, the blood tissue, what they are, that is blood tissue or the connective tissue, what they are doing? They are absorbing the nutrients which are present in our food, and then it is sent to all parts of our body. So this is the types of tissue which is present in the organ. We have seen about the stomach. In the stomach, intestine is there, that is covered by epithelial tissue and connective tissue. For the absorption of the nutrients and enzyme secretion, these tissues are useful. So this is about the organ. So we have seen about the cell, atom which forms the cell. Cells, organelles are there. Organelles combine together to form the tissues. These tissues, what they form? They form the organ. So this, if they work together, this is known as organ system. So if we take stomach, the stomach is there, large intestine, small intestine, and then anus, rectum, everything is there. So if the structure work together, what is that called? That is organ system. Organs together form the organ system. So next we move on to the structure of the eye. Eyes are known as photoreceptor, as they are receiving the light. What they are called? They are called as the photoreceptor. And then it is also known as, eyes are known as for vision. For vision, our eyes are very important. And then different color, they are segregating the differentiation of the color. So human eye, what they are doing? They are maintaining the biological clock of the human being. So biological clock is maintained by the eyes. When we take about the eyes, it can be compared to the camera. So the eyes are compared to the camera. What they are doing? They are refracting the light rays. So as the light rays are forming, what they are doing? They are refracting the light rays. Then what they are doing? They are gathering the light rays and then focusing by the pupil and iris, and then what they are doing? They are transmitting. After that, we are creating the images. So what they are doing? They are gathering the light, then focus. Then what they are doing? They are transmitting. After that, what will be formed? An image will be formed which can be seen by us. So this is the function of the eye. When we take about the structure of the eye, there are two types of external structure and internal structure are there. When we take about the external mean outer appearance. The external appearance, that is, what does it comprise mean? First one is the sclera. Sclera are the white cover. We can see the white portion of the eye. That is known as, it is very tough and thick. The white portion of the eye is known as sclera. Then, next one is the conjunctiva. This is the conjunctiva layer where it is present near the sclera. Sclera is the outermost, the white portion of the eye is known as sclera, and then behind that there is a layer called conjunctiva. It is also transparent layer. What does it do? It keeps the eye moist, and then we are shedding tears, no, that is secreted by this conjunctiva layer. So when we take about the structure of the eye, the outermost layer is the white portion, that is called the sclera. There is a structure called conjunctiva. What is its main function mean? It is also transparent layer. What does it do mean? It keeps the moist and it keeps the eye moist by secreting the tears. We are shedding tears no, because of this conjunctiva layer. Next about the cornea. It is situated before the pupil and the iris. What does it will do? It will refract the light. As I said, the light rays are there which can be refracted, then transmitted, then only image will be focused. So, it is done by the layer called cornea. The next layer is the iris. Iris is nothing but the colored portion of the eye. It is the pigmented layer, only colored portion of the eye. What does it do mean? It is control the size of the eye. Eye size is controlled by the iris layer. Some of them may be gray, black, brown in color. So this is the iris layer. Next about so these are all the 4 parts of the external structure. Externally we can able to see this part. Isn't it? The white portion which is the sclera, and then the next layer is the conjunctiva by which the tears are shed down, and then the next layer is the cornea which focus what they are doing, they are refract the light rays, and then the iris is there which is the pigmented area of the eyes. What they do, different colors of can be seen, and then pupil is the small opening before the lens. This is the lens layer. Before that the pupil is there. What does it do mean? It allows the light to pass through. So cornea, what they are doing, they are refracting the light. What the pupil is doing, they are allowing the light rays to pass into the eyes. So this is about the external structure. When we take about the internal structure, the lens is there. Lens is here. What does lens do? It is transparent, biconvex. So it is adjustable portion of the eye. What does it will do? It will refract the light rays, and then the image will be created only with the help of the eye lens. So what does it will do? Along with the cornea, this lens work together, and then it convert the light rays into images. Images will be formed with the help of this lens. Then retina. Retina is found at the back of the eye. So as the lens convert the light rays into images, it will fall into the retina. So images are formed here. Then what that it will do? It will send the images into impulse, and then that impulses is got by the brain. So when we take about the internal portion, the lens is there. Lens, what they will do? They will transmit the light rays into images. Along with the cornea, they are transmitting the light rays. What they are doing, and then send the rays into retina. Retina, what they are doing, the images are formed here, and they are converting the images into light rays. So that light rays are converted into signal. So impulses will be sent to the brain. Then optic nerves are there. What's their main function? They are the impulses sent by the retina are taken to the brain by this optic nerves. Then aqueous humors is there. Aqueous humor, what they are doing? They are watery fluid. Watery fluid that is present between the lens and the cornea. So aqueous humor is the watery fluid that is present. This is the watery fluid. Where they are present? Between the cornea and the lens. What they are doing? They are nourishing they are keeping the eyes in giving watery substance. So giving nourishment to the lens and the cornea. And then vitreous humors is there. What is their main function? It is semi-solid, that is maintaining the shape of the cell. The eye's shape is maintained by the vitreous humor. So when we take about the structure of the cell, externally we can able to see sclera, the white portion of our eye. And then conjunctiva. So it is transparent. What they are doing? They are keeping the eyes moist and then secrete the tears. Then cornea is there. What's their main function? They are refracting the light rays which are seen through, which are formed. Then, and then it is along with the lens, what they are forming, creating the image. Then pupil is there before the lens. What is main function? It's a small opening which will allow the light to pass through them. And then iris is there. Iris is the only colored portion in our eyes. That is, some of them may be grey, black, brown, etc. in this color. What is their main function? They are controlling the size of the eyes. And then aqueous humor. So this is about the external structure. Internally lens is there. What is the lens doing? They are transparent, biconvex. And then what they are doing? They are refracting the light rays which is created by the pupil and the cornea. And then they converges them. That light rays are falling into the, converges them into images. So then after that lens, the retina are the images is sent to retina. What they are doing? The images formed by the lens are converted into signal images, so impulses. These impulses are carried out by the optic nerve which are present inside our cell, inside our eyes. Then vitreous humus is there, semi-solid. What they are doing? They are maintaining the shape of the cell. And then aqueous humus is there which is present between cornea and the lens. This is watery fluid. What they are doing? They are giving nourishment to the lens and the cornea. So this is about the external and the internal structure of the eyes. When we take about the eyes are known as photoreceptor. Photo means light receiving organ. With the help of the eyes only we are able to see the vision. Many colors are refracted by our eyes. So that's all about this lesson. So up to that we have what we have seen: cell, structure of tissue, and then organ. Tissues form the organ together form the organ system. So and then among the organ system we have seen about the structure of the eyes. The rest we will see in the next class. Thank you, children.